Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 2 of the March to 300. I am your host, Drevens Drugi, and thanks for joining me again on this second episode. You might have noticed something a little different. The introductory graphic had some music there by Gypsy Sparrow. Gypsy is one of our local musicians, plays all over the area, Marion and Citrus County, and if you're out and about and you get a chance to hear him, he's the human jukebox. He has over 2,000 songs he can play on his playlist, so definitely worth a check. I want to check out. I want to thank Gypsy for contributing to the show. Great opening riff to get us going. So as we did last week, I'm going to go through some CDs in my 300 March to 300 drive here and trying to pare down my collection to just 300 CDs. And I'm just going to have my wife Mona Joyfinder pick out a few at random, go over some stories about them, see if they make the cut or not this week. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Mona, what do we have this week?
Well, here you go.
All right. Yeah, I did get some feedback, some high school friends, some guys I coached in football. It was great hearing from you guys, and that's what I want to have happen here is just some good discussion going and some good talking about music. So here we go this week, and it looks like we've got another entry from Yes. Last week we had Yes live with one of their previous or later incarnations. This one here is the Union Tour. This was the tour that was the original members of Yes with some members from later years. They were split up in two different groups at the time, and they ended up getting together making the Union album, and this particular CD is a live version of one of those concerts during that tour. I'm probably going to put this in the get rid of pile, although it's kind of a cool thing to listen to once through. A lot of strife within the group. They only did this one tour and they went back their separate ways. But an interesting one if you're on a streaming service or you pick this up at a yard sale. It's worth a listen to a few times, especially if you're a big Yes fan. But we're going to have to put them in the to-go list. All right, next one here we have Sting. And this one here, trying to get my cheaters on to see what tracks we have on this particular CD. This is one of his later ones. Again, when Sting first left the Police, had a couple of really good albums in the mid to late 80s, and some good stuff as he went on. But as he kept going, I think he got further and further away from putting out stuff that I liked anyways. So I'm going to put this Sting album in the get rid of pile. All right, next here, Van Halen, their greatest hits, and this is kind of a cool compilation of Van Halen songs. A mixture of songs from the Van Halen, David Lee Roth era, starting out, some Sammy Hagar era, and then a couple of songs they had put together thinking that David Lee Roth was coming back into the group, and it didn't quite work out at the time that way. So the last two tracks are actually newer songs I recorded. This one's going to go in the getaway pile because I do have other ones I know that will be on future shows that have a lot more songs in this particular collection, but this one is cool to get if you can just even listen to the two songs by David Lee Roth they did when they put out this hits. Would have been interesting if they put out a whole album at the time. They did not, but this was going to go in the way. But still a good thing to have in your collection. All right, this one here is the Who. Who's Next? This is one of my favorite albums. I'll tell you right now, this will make the cut. Not a big fan of all the stuff from the Who, but this particular snippet of time. With the Who's Next, I can pretty much listen to this entire CD in its entirety over and over and not get tired of almost any songs on here. So this one is definitely going to go in the keep pile. Next up, Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. So this is the album that really broke them with Shout and Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Head Over Heels. A lot of the songs you'll hear them play on their tour. They play probably over half this album every time. Probably not going to keep this one, although this is a very definitive album for Tears for Fears. My great friend Kevin Branch was wanting to know when Tears for Fears is going to show up, and here they are. But a good album, liked it. Probably has some other stuff, maybe a compilation I might keep, but this particular one I will have to put in the go away pile. All right, next. All right, here we go. These are going to be the quick and easy ones. I don't remember who Mike DeVille was or is. I'm not sure exactly why I bought this one, but this would be where I would like any of you out there give me some history on the Mink DeVille. I'm sorry, not even Mike DeVille. So yeah, not keeping this one. but it's got 22 tracks on it, so it is a longer playlist on the CD. So somebody throw some comments down here. Let me know what I'm missing on this one. Why should I check this out online? But right now, the Mink DeVille has to go. All right, and here we go. The Cars, another compilation greatest hits CD. This one's got 20 tracks on it, all the way through their history, from the late 70s through the 80s. Lots of cool songs on this one. Probably going to put it in the go away pile, but not because it's not something I would like to listen to. Yeah, a good mixture of songs. A little depressing to think half these guys I think have passed away at this point. But still a cool band. And if you're a fan of rock in the late 70s or mid 80s, this will bring back some memories for you. All right. This one here, oops, we got two CDs in one, I think. Nope. This is going to be the Metallica. Looks like their garage hits, and another one of their side discs there, where they're calling themselves the Metallica Cuts. So this is a bunch of covers they did, different rock and punk songs. Not a big fan of a lot of these. There are some cool things on here, but not enough for me to keep. This is when they had Jason Newsted in the group, it looks like, and yeah, not a keeper for me, but kind of interesting to listen to for you. All right, here is one. It's not even opened, so this must have been one I bought to replace when I lost. This is Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti, double disc. A lot of great tunes on this one. You can listen to most. I can listen to most of these and not get tired of them. I'm probably going to keep this one, especially since it's not even open, so I know it's in good shape. But one of the better releases from Led Zeppelin. So we'll move this one to the stay pile. And here we go, U2. Another U2. We had U2 in the first episode. Here's one from earlier in the career. Some cool songs on here. I Will Follow's on here. Electric Company. Those are a couple of good ones. Not a bad one. It kind of gets them more to their roots as they were just starting out, but probably not one I'm going to keep for the 300. Next we have Think Tank. Now Think Tank, as small and local as they were, this one was actually recorded in Ocala. They were last week, and I kept one. I think I just have to keep this one too, because I don't know how many people around have Think Tank, but one of my old co-workers, Kathy Johnson, threw some comments in there that she was going to cry if I got rid of last week's Think Tank. So Kathy, I'm not going to do it to you. I'm going to keep this one as well. So we'll keep this one over here in the keep pile. And here, Talking Heads, a compilation disc of theirs, greatest hits. A lot of cool tunes on here. I wasn't a big fan of everything the Talking Heads did, but the stuff I did like was good. I probably won't keep this for the collection. There's going to be one coming up later when we get into one of the live CDs they did later on. That one's probably going to make it, and we'll talk about it when it comes up. But you know, if you like any of the Talking Head songs, it's probably going to be on this. So good compilation, but just not one I'm going to keep for the 300. All right, this one here, Stone Temple Pilots, Unplugged and More. So this one is a CD I got back in the day from School Kid Records in Gainesville, and this is a bootleg. So this is one I want to keep just because it's a bootleg. So somebody went, they had recorded them playing at the Universal Amphitheater in LA back in '94, and then they got their Unplugged concert from MTV in '93. So this is definitely a rare find. So this one is going to be a keeper. But yeah, the great days back in the college days, finding these bootlegs and catching them. Pretty good sound quality on this one too. So this one's a keeper. All right, just a couple more this week. And first one of the last two is going to be Paul McCartney and one of his more recent albums. Don't remember much on this one that I got into. So of course, Paul McCartney's a legend, but not legendary enough for my 300. So this one's going to have to go. And then our final one here is the White Stripes, Icky Thump. Some cool tunes here. And they're no longer performing together. Jack White's still on tour. Might be a cool guy to see sometime, but not enough for me to keep this one in the 300, but definitely a cool one to listen to. Maybe another one they have might make it, but not this one. And that looks like that is going to do it for this week. So to recap, this week we're going to add to the Stone Temple Pilots Unplugged and More bootleg. We got the Think Tank Down to Earth. We have the unopened Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti, and of course the Who with Who's Next. So we will catch you very soon again. Make sure that you make comments. Please hit subscribe. Keep the comments coming. Let's get some good conversation going, and I'll see you next week.